So big news for the Commanders yesterday. Jayden Daniels returned to the practice field. He practiced in full.
That would be full.
Which is great news for the Commanders, having missed him over the past couple games. So he will be back for the game against the LA Chargers this weekend.
Yep. I was texting some peeps that were over at practice, and all I said was full or limited?
Yep.
Question mark.
Yep.
Full came back. I said, he's in.
Let's hear from Jayden when he was asked about wearing a brace at practice, if he'll wear it in the game against the Chargers.
Jayden, I saw you wearing a brace during practice today. Is that the plan of, if you do play on Sunday, to wear that brace?
I guess we got to see on Sunday.
Okay, let me ask you this. With the brace, any limitations? What is that like? Obviously, I've never worn a brace before, so as an athlete, what is that?
Me either.
Do you like it? Hate it?
Yes. No, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but if that's what I have to wear, then I'll do anything possible. But we'll see on Sunday.
Big flex from Scotty Abraham. There. Never having had to wear a brace. He's basically, I love Scott Abraham, but it did kind of make me laugh that he's basically, you're wearing a brace. I've never worn a brace. Never.
My knees are silly.
My knees never been cut on.
These ligaments are money.
He's also able to get a follow-up question in there.
Sure, I understand.
Jayden doesn't give much. And he's not going to say much.
Yeah, he's mining for information.
He does seem unhappy about the whole situation.
Sure.
I think he wanted to play the first game.
Yeah.
And he tolerated that.
Right.
He hated sitting out the last game.
Right. And now he's hating having to wear the brace.
His knee is definitely going to stiffen up on the flight out to L.A. Long ass flight. Wonder what they do to keep his knee limber during the flight. I don't know.
Well, he definitely needs extra leg room to stretch out the knee.
Definitely needs that extended leg room, 100%.
But at least he's back. You got Jayden back, and we kind of
great news.
We kind of expected it. And this is a big game.
It's a pretty massive.
I know
game.
we're only in week 5. It's still pretty big of a game, in my opinion.
The problem is, if Dan and Cliff are going to be scared to call the game as they would normally, since Jayden is wearing a brace, if they're fearing that he might not be as mobile as he was, if they're calling plays scared, you know what I mean? Like if they're willing to run a read option on 4th and 1 like they normally would, and have Jayden take it.
I think that they will. I think that's the reason they held him back. Can we hear clip 9 where Jayden talks about when he knew he felt 100%?
I mean, if you let me tell it, I would have wanted to play 2 weeks ago, but I guess in their eyes, probably this past weekend, is when I started to feel like myself.
All right, so he feels good.
He feels like he's back.
I mean,
it's good to go.
Sounds like he feels 100%.
I wouldn't be surprised if they run him on the first series because it sets the tone and makes the defense think we have to account for Jayden Daniels running the football, which is a game changer.
Look, they're limited anyway without, 2 of their receivers. So they're going to have to use them. And
it would be smart also to just lean into the running game.
I'm sure
just keep doing what you're doing to rush for 200 yards. That should be the goal.
Yeah.
That's how they've been successful.
Is it certain that Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown will not play? I mean, you say they're without their top 2 receivers. That's who I think you're talking about, right?
Well, I said two of their receivers. Yeah, I mean Debo I think is better than Noah Brown.
Oh yeah. I can't elevate Noah Brown to the top 2 receivers.
Did Terry McLaurin practice yesterday?
No.
Yeah, I would not expect.
I'm not expecting Terry McLaurin to play. Noah Brown, I haven't heard his name in days. I'm not expecting him to play.
Are you coming over to my side as far as never trusting Noah Brown to be ready to go?
He just can't stay healthy, and he won't be on the team next year. But
I wouldn't think
Terry McLaurin, I would not expect to play. So you're limited if those guys aren't out there. I mean, Eckler's gone, so you got your running back by committee, and you got Debo, and you got Ertz.
By the way, why aren't we doing a wacky bit where we send Mike Marr to the game at SoFi? Have you seen how cheap the tickets are for the Chargers Commanders game?
Well, they're not that cheap because my daughter, Kelsey, turned 25 on September 20th, and she said what she wanted for her birthday was tickets to that game because she lives in LA.
All right.
And I told her, all right, you go ahead and get the tickets because it's just easier than me buying the tickets and transferring them, and I'll Venmo you money.
Yeah.
And granted, there are cheaper tickets in the house. It wasn't going to get top shelf or cheapest. She just told me, got 2 tickets, $600.
Well, what do you
she better be sitting on the 50-yard line because I'm looking at SoFi Stadium tickets as low as now. You might be sitting
in
the last row as low as $37.
Yeah, those are the nosebleeds.
Sure, but I might have been stumping for, hey, let's not buy $300 tickets. Let's do $100 tickets.
Problem is, you got to get out there and you got to stay somewhere.
You think Mike Mark cares? That guy's all about living in the moment, living in the now.
Yeah, well, I know
he should be on a bird, flying out to see the Commanders take on the Chargers.
Boots on the ground kicks.
Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. It's part of his brand.
Yeah, you give me one of them $50 tickets, and then I'll send pictures of me on the 52nd row.
Yeah, I feel like you just buy him a ticket right now and see if he puts his money where his mouth is.
You think he's going to take a plane ride?
No, of course not.
I mean, he might.
I do have somewhere I could stay in L.A., so the housing could be covered.
See, look at this.
Why wouldn't you go? You just won some money yesterday.
All right,
I buy plans this weekend. I can't.
Stop talking smack. Buy him
a ticket. Plans, Cakes.
I'm going to a concert with my daughter in Philadelphia on Saturday.
Hey, take that 21
on Sunday.
Yeah, you got $2,100.
Take that 2100 and sponsor Mike Marsh's trip to L.A.
Wow, I'm going to use all of my cash.
Buy him a plane ticket.
Well, I buy him a game ticket. I didn't say anything about buying him a plane ticket.
Mm-hmm. You want him to go so bad, hook him up.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be a funny bit.
Yeah, well,
apparently I'm the only one.
No, he did. So why isn't it a funny bit if you're the one paying for it?
Yeah, it's not as funny when I'm paying. No,
it is.
His freight to go out there.
Hey, you should give him a plane ticket and have him red eye back to work on Monday. You think that wouldn't be funny?
That would be pretty funny.
I think the interesting thing
on Zins.
The interesting thing about the Commanders is, all right, Jayden Daniels, we expect him to play, and he's practicing. Is Sam Cosmi was back. Can we play clip 1 of Dan Quinn talking about Cosmi returning to practice? The offensive line has been better even without Cosmi. But if you put arguably their best interior lineman back into the lineup, now the offensive line is really looking strong.
Yeah.
We'll begin today with some good news. Sam Cosmi will begin his 21-day window. He got injured in January, and he has worked his ass off to get back on the field with his teammates, so it'll be great to have him back at practice. Also said I'd give you an update on Jayden. He has been medically cleared by the doctors. He'll practice full today.
Poor Brandon Coleman. Brandon Coleman's just getting nailed to the bench at this point.
That's okay. I mean, that's what it is. It's a merit system, right?
Depth.
So they like Chris Paul better at left guard. You've got Tunsil, who, if you've looked at some of the PFF grades, is balling out this year. And then you now don't have to have Wiley in at right guard if Cosmi can play. Now, we're not sure that he's going to play on Sunday.
I mean,
but
his
that
window
is good
just
news.
Open. I would be shocked if he's ready to play by Sunday. But if he is...
But he was returning to practice.
Yeah, but just because you return to practice doesn't mean that you're going to be in the game that next weekend. Because once you return to practice, then I believe you have 21 days to activate the player and get him on the active roster.
Okay, so
I'd be a little surprised if Cosmi goes from starting practice on a Wednesday to playing in a meaningful game on Sunday.
Yeah, maybe they wait.
Maybe he's further along than we think.
Maybe they wait until the Monday game against the Bears.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it's positive. It's encouraging that he's out there practicing with his teammates.
Dan Quinn's just happy that he doesn't have to answer questions about Jayden anymore. He's full practice. He's out there.
About that.
He's going to play. And he doesn't have to answer from the media whether or not he's going to be practicing full or limited. Is he going to be ready to play? He's going to play on Sunday.
Now Jayden just has to answer questions about the knee brace and whether he's going to wear it during the game.
Hates it. They hate going to the media.
The question we've had, and we've been discussing ever since Sunday's game against the Falcons, is the defense and whether the defense can turn it around. Here's Dan Quinn, cut 12, talking about whether he has confidence in this defensive unit.
A lot of confidence. I thought, there's a lot of progress that I thought, with the exception of the second half on third down. That's a big piece of how you want to play. I thought, in 2 games, the energy intensity has been what I'd hoped it would be in pass rush, and 2 others, not so much. And so that gives me a good sense of what I know it can look like. Had we not seen that, I might feel differently. So I've got plenty of confidence in how we want to play and what it will look like. And so I'm very much looking forward to seeing that.
I don't know. He doesn't sound that confident. Again, I'm micro-analyzing Dan Quinn's voice timbre and his voice inflection. He doesn't sound that confident. I feel like he's saying that he's confident and that he's seen it in some of the prior games, namely the Raiders game and the Giants game.
Yeah.
When he's playing against Russell Wilson couldn't have looked more shell-shocked.
He was terrible.
And Geno Smith, that guy loves throwing picks like Mike Marr loves popping zins.
And he loves getting sacked.
He loves eating sacks. So, I think putting pressure on Justin Herbert is going to be a little bit different because he's actually a good quarterback and he can move around a little bit.
Yeah, but we brought up the statistics yesterday that in the last 2 weeks, Herbert has been pressured more than any other quarterback in the NFL, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, 46 times he's been pressured compared to the number 2 guy was Joe Flacco at 35. So without their 2 starting tackles who are really good players, he's faced a lot of pressure. Here's the thing about you interpreting his tone. I really think we could play a game. Valdez played him the other day, and even you had to admit you couldn't tell what was after the Raiders win and what was after this loss.
JP, don't be upset because I'm a Dan Quinn voice expert and you are not.
Maybe we should play that game.
You're just jealous. That's all. You're jealous that I can read it. I can see into Dan Quinn's brain and you can't.
I'm not jealous. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical.
Probably for good reason. Understandable.
He also talked about Marshon Lattimore, which is clip number 16, Valdez. A lot of people have wondered whether Lattimore should be cut.
Everybody's
should be benched.
Everybody's
There's even people calling in saying he should be moved to safety.
Right.
Here's what Coach Quinn said.
When you play middle field coverage, like both corners, get targeted to where you go. Sometimes it's their matchup. Sometimes it's ours. I don't feel that's been the case. And then the second part, can you repeat? Yeah. So I'd say when you play corner and you play offensive tackle, like there's a lot of plays that go good, that go unnoticed, and there's one that goes up top, and it's like there's one or there's a sack, and like that's part of, living life, outside. And what I do know about him, like this is one competitive guy, and like he's always down for the challenge and for the fight, and so I'm looking forward to working with him again this week and as we get rocking again.
He's not making any changes.
Get rocking.
And he does make a good point. The only time you really see plays against Lattimore or plays that he gives up. You don't see the plays where he has good coverage. And you could say that for any DB and all the DBs for Washington. So, they obviously highlight him getting beat by Drake London for a 30-yard gain, but you don't see the plays where he is locking someone down and you can't throw to him.
For what it's worth, his PFF grade is not great.
I'm sure it's not. And the
And I
penalties
think
certainly
Benjamin St. Just grade, and this is a Benjamin St. Just revenge game,
yes, it is
better.
Yeah,
it's better than Lattimore's
so far. Let me check what it is on the season. But I saw a little comparison. And in fact, I think Emmanuel Forbes's PFF grade is better.
Well, go ahead and swap out
for those,
Lattimore for St. Just. See how happy you'd be.
Well, for those people that are sick of Marshon Lattimore, you may only have how many games are left in the season at this point?
Well, we played
13.
4. Yes, 13.
So 13 games. You may only have 13 games left of watching him in a Commander's uniform, because if you saw Ben Standig's little bit that he put on Twitter yesterday, he said his 2026 salary, which is $18 million, includes no guaranteed money.
There.
He said the fit must develop to justify an extension or retaining Lattimore at his current salary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
I mean, I can't imagine they bring him back. Unless he starts playing like a Pro Bowler.
There's no way that it's even an inkling
They're not going to give him $18 million.
in Adam Peters' brain that he's considering an extension.
No.
That's impossible with the way he's played.
100% correct.
And I just don't think you would pay $18 million for the current sort of production that you're getting.
Right. And they knew that when they made the deal, and they said, all right, let's just see how he plays. If he plays really well, all right, maybe we can talk extension. Right. But they're not going to extend that.
No.
They'll be looking for another younger corner, maybe in the draft.
For all the Lattimore haters, you got 13 games left of him wearing the burgundy and gold.
Yep. And look,
in my opinion.
And if you're not going to get pressure on Herbert, even though he has been pressured every single game. Now, he's played against some really good defensive lines. He's played against Kansas City, the Raiders. He's played against the Broncos, good defensive line. And last week, Burns was chasing him all over the field. I mean, all over the field. So he's played against some really good defensive lines. If you don't pressure him, he's going to kill you. He's going to kill Lattimore, too.
Just a reminder, Open Line Thursday is brought to you by our friends at Window Nation. Searching for new windows and doors, search windownation.com. Their windows are measured to fit the first time and installed by experts to last. Window Nation for your home because it's where you live. Don't forget, Brian Baldinger joins us coming up at 7:20. We'll talk NFL with him. And Connor McMichael from the Washington Capitals. He'll join the show coming up at 7:45. We'll be right back.